Welcome, episode 3 of TYT, man. It's my co-host Trey, man.
What's going on with y'all? Welcome back, man.
We have a lot to dive in. We'll probably dive in more about the NFL today, more than all the other episodes, because there's a lot of riffraff going around, don't you think?
Yeah.
For starters, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills, man.
Man, that's I hate talking about Buffalo. You know, obviously in my division, but they got what it takes, man. They got what it takes. I'm not gonna lie. I do think they're really good, man.
Paul, stop up.
What?
Takes enough. They take enough to do what?
They can get to the Super Bowl. I think so. I mean, I hate to say that, but I think they can.
Oh, man.
But they're good.
Hell no. I'm going to look you dead in the camera. Hell no. They do not have enough to make it to the Super Bowl.
They're better than Miami.
They're
better than Miami.
When it's cold outside.
Yeah, well, it's cold in Buffalo.
So, they're not playing in Buffalo.
Okay.
The Dolphins are ruling the division at the moment.
Yeah, but trust the Cowboys defense more. I mean, not Cowboys, the Bills defense more. That's what I mean. Yeah. I trust their defense more.
Maybe.
As long as Von Miller's playing.
He's a difference maker. But
absolutely.
You also have Jalen Ramsey, and you also have Xavier Howard on the Dolphins. I mean, I think they are primed to make a run. The question is, honestly, is their quarterback. Is their quarterback going to stay healthy?
Who?
Tua.
That's tough. I don't know. But if he does stay healthy, then they have a legitimate chance to make a run. They do. But you can say that for a lot of different organizations.
I mean, to make a run for the first round of the playoffs, congrats.
I'm not a huge fan of Miami.
Can they beat Baltimore?
Can they beat Baltimore?
Buffalo will be going in as the last seed. Can they beat Baltimore?
To beat who?
Buffalo.
Can they beat Baltimore?
Yes.
They beat them before, didn't they?
3 years ago.
Yeah, I think the Ravens, but anybody can be beaten, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of faith in that quarterback over there.
Who?
Josh Allen.
I have faith in the team overall, not just him. But I have faith in that team and the defense. The defense showed me something against Kansas City. I'm not gonna lie.
That they got bailed. Okay, hold on.
Man, please.
Time out. Viewers. Let's look at the Buffalo schedule they had. They beat the Jets. I mean,
now let's not do that. Let's not do that.
We're not even gonna get started on them Jets.
And they're without Aaron Rodgers. That's not fair.
They're finished.
That's not fair. They're without their star quarterback.
They're finished.
Don't.
They lost to the Eagles. That was an upsetting loss. They lost to the Broncos.
Broncos is one of the hottest teams in the NFL. That's not a bad loss.
They are hot, but how hot can they get is a great question.
They have the best quarterback in that division, so there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Yes.
No. Better than who?
Better than Pat Mahomes. Russell Wilson. Let's ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, he done lost his mind. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback to ever touch a football since Tom Brady.
It's not better than Lamar Jackson.
We're going to excuse that comment.
It's not better than Lamar Jackson.
We're going to excuse that comment. They beat the Chiefs, luckily.
I don't want to hear about luck. A win is a win.
They lost to the Patriots.
Well,
3-10.
You get God.
Like that?
You get God.
Like that.
Don't forget our identity, okay? Don't let the record fool you.
There's no identity over there in New England. There is no identity over there in New
Pittsburgh.
England.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because we lack identity, but we're not 3-10.
I mean, are you in the playoff picture?
Yes. We are in the playoff picture.
Since when?
We were in the playoff picture last week. Before we just lost today, we were on the...
Haven't you lost your last 3 games?
Yes.
2 at home?
Yes.
Just lost to the Colts.
Yes. Everything you're saying.
Gardner Minshew.
He can play.
Now he can play. Now he can play. Hey, look. Audience, don't let this man fool you. Right? Now he can play.
I just think. I mean, would you consider the Buffalo Bills a hot football team? Do you think this is the turning point of their season against when they lost to the Chiefs?
I don't know. Oh, that's a great question. I don't know if it's a turning point.
You said the hottest football team is the Broncos. I disagree. I think the hottest football team right now in football is the Cowboys.
No.
I think I'm gonna be real. America. I think the Cowboys are primed to make a championship run.
Don't they say that every year?
They have everything you need. What don't they have that you want in a football team?
They've had it for the last 3 seasons.
Yeah,
and they haven't showed anything.
But it's to put it together.
And this is no disrespect to the Cowboys. Love Dak Prescott. They are not America's team. Please get that out of there. I'm sick of hearing that. Like, the Patriots is America's team. But that's
you mean Tom Brady?
I clearly said what I said.
You talking about the Tom Brady Patriots?
I'm standing on business, okay? We're America's team, okay? But I have nothing. We're standing on business, okay? We're America's team. I'm sick of that.
You want us to go viral. Listen.
Being honest.
He's talking about the Tom Brady Patriots. Since Tom Brady's left foot out of New England, what have they done?
Where has the Steelers been without Ben?
I mean, that's fine.
All right, then. Next.
That's fine.
All right, then. Thought I had you. Thought I had you. Yeah, I know. All right. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I per se think okay, so honestly, the landscape is, it's the Cowboys, it's the Eagles, and it's them two fighting the fight against the 49ers, right? The 49ers are clearly the best team in football. I don't think anybody is going to disagree with the 49ers being the best team in football.
I agree.
I mean, the nucleus they got over there is pretty much untouched. I mean, they have the best tackle in the league, which is Trent Williams. They have one of the best running backs in the league, which is Christian McCaffrey.
I agree.
They have one of the best receiver duos with Brandon Ayuk and Debo being a weapon. He can do everything.
Arguable, but okay.
I mean, he's one of the best weapons in football.
Who?
Debo Samuels.
Everybody looks good with a stacked team.
I
like Debo. I see where you're going with this.
Regardless if you like him, he's one of the best. He's one of the best weapons of football.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
And they have they got Fred in the middle. Fred's
he's amazing.
The best middle linebacker in the league.
That's arguable, but okay.
Who we arguing with? Let me know. Where
as far as middle linebackers,
he's
the best middle linebacker in the league.
Who better than him?
Name me out some middle linebackers right now.
Don't say Roquan. Not happening.
I could say Patrick Queen.
Patrick Queen is an outside linebacker, my boy.
Linebacker, outside, left, this, that, and third.
So you're telling me it's Patrick Queen?
I'm not saying he's better. No, I'm not saying he's better. I just said name out some linebackers to me. I like Fred.
Is Patrick Queen better than Roquan Smith?
Yes.
You gonna make me walk off this set right now?
Yes.
Listen, you don't understand. You gotta make me walk off this set right now.
You don't understand how versatile Pat Queen is.
You're about to make me walk off this set right now.
Well, you might as well get to walk.
You're telling me Roquan Smith is not better than Patrick Queen?
No, I don't think he's better than Patrick Queen. You're talking about a guy who is very fast, can cover, and hit hard.
But Majority of the linebackers in the NFL.
That's fine, but a lot of them are not as fast as Patrick Queen.
The Lord have mercy.
I love Roquan Smith.
You okay?
I love Roquan Smith.
He is water.
He's not light years ahead of Patrick Queen.
Making sure everything's straight with you. You good?
You said Fred was the best.
I
like Fred. He could be. That's okay. He can stay in one. That's fine. I like Fred.
Okay.
He's a Hall of Famer. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then so it's basically 49ers versus the field, and then we have the Eagles, who just had a bad loss against the Cowboys.
Good.
What do you think of that?
Good. G-double-O-D. Sick of him. Sick of
what though?
I love Jalen Hurts. I don't discredit what he can do. He's amazing. Shout out to the black quarterbacks as well, man. It's just something about the Eagles. I just don't like him. I just don't like. I can't rock with it. I can't.
Well, to say you don't like him is fine, and that's your personal opinion. But they've only lost 2 or 3 games, I would say.
They lost to the Jets.
They lost to the
First
Jets, and then they lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
A couple of games.
They lost another game too.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
There's a couple of games that they were clutch. That I mean, we'd be talking about them in a different light if they wouldn't have clutched it up. I mean, against the Chiefs. I mean, Marquez Valdez-Scantling dropped that pass.
Yeah.
You cannot do that in the NFL.
Yeah.
Probably different
They got
game.
really lucky against the Bills.
Different game. That's another game that they were basically battling back the whole game.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
I mean, Jalen Hurts put his cape on.
I guess. I mean, if y'all watch that game out there, though, like, man, Gabe Davis was wide the hell open. Like, how do you miss that? That's ball game.
Yes, it is, but I think that the Eagles won that game more than the Bills lost that, though. Because they made every crucial play at every single time.
I get it, but for back-to-back times for missing Gabe Davis, this is back-to-back times.
That's the quarterback that you
You
like.
also happened to get Kansas City. Gabe was wide open.
That's the quarterback that you like. That's the quarterback that you like.
I do like Josh Allen. I do.
He's a lot of Big Ben. He has a lot of Big Ben in him. Little Favre. He
has a lot of potential.
He's great at what he does, but
he has a lot of potential.
you know what else he kind of reminds me of a little bit? He's a little bit of Cam in him too.
Who? Who? You ready? What? Who? Hey, Cam Newton. I hope you see this. Don't entertain this, please. You heard what he just said on this podcast. Don't.
What did he say?
Game changers, game managers. Stop playing with Cam.
Yeah, I mean, Josh is great though. He's great at what he does. It's not an insult.
He ain't Cam.
That's not an insult. But out of those two teams, if you disregard the fact that you do not like the Eagles,
okay.
Which team do you honestly think that could compete with the 49ers? If you had to pick one.
If I had to pick, sad to say, I don't know, man, because that, oh my God, did y'all see how the Eagles got their ass whooped to them 49ers? I mean, walk into Philly. Good stomp on them, Lord Jesus. 49-19. Was we watching the same game?
It was bad, but they did the same thing to Dallas.
Dallas held on a little bit.
I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what the difference between 35 and 30, but you tell me.
I mean, no, all honesty though, man, that's tough there. Cowboys have so much firepower, but I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
I think the Cowboys are the best home team in football. Between them and Baltimore, I think if Baltimore is home, and I think if the Cowboys are home, I mean, it is extremely hard to win in those places.
Yeah.
I mean, the Baltimore defense, I have never seen a defense that is night and day in the way at home. I mean, the Baltimore defense is good in totality, but the way they play behind that crowd in Baltimore, M&T Bank, it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It is ridiculous.
It gets different.
It gets different. When they throw them all black unis,
oh my God,
it's over. Clearly, Baltimore is the favorite out the AFC. Well deserved. They've won a lot of games. They had a few close ones, and they lost one that they shouldn't have with the Colts. But those things happen. Every week ain't going to be a good week.
I agree.
But they have a tough schedule coming up. They have Jacksonville, which is going to be a tough game. They played them in Jacksonville. Last year, they played them in Jacksonville and they lost. And Jacksonville has a lot of pieces, too. They have Trevor Lawrence. They have Travis Etienne. They have Christian Kirk. They have Calvin Ridley. They have a lot of pieces. And they play another tough game after that. And that's going to be, to me personally, that's maybe the Super Bowl matchup. 49ers versus Baltimore.
Yeah, I think that is too.
And I think those teams are pretty much neck and neck. Can go either way. They are both very physical teams.
You hit it right on the nose.
Both physical.
Yes.
And it's a lot of talent on the field at all times. It's honestly, it's going to come down against Baltimore's corners versus 49ers receivers.
Yeah.
if the Baltimore corners can hold up, I would say, against a Brandon Ayuk and a Deebo Samuels, then they'll be in good shape. But if Baltimore can't tackle, if they can't tackle a Deebo Samuels like on a reverse or a quick slant, or they can't cover Brandon Ayuk down the field, or they have nobody that can match up with George Kittle,
it's forgetting about George.
And he's one of the best tight ends in the league, and people don't understand that he is playing third or fourth fiddle.
I trust Patrick Queen on that.
He wouldn't even be on him. It would be Kyle Hamilton.
I trust Kyle.
It'll be a long day.
No, I trust Kyle.
I guess.
Kyle's coming to his own.
It'll be a long day.
He's fast. He's not going for that. I trust Kyle.
It'll be a long day.
Yeah. It won't be that long of a day.
And the quarterback play obviously is different because Lamar is such a superstar and Brock Purdy's playing in the system. But Brock Purdy has mastered this system.
I agree.
He's mastered the system, and he's accurate. He's an accurate thrower of the football, and his pre-snap is very good. For the viewers that don't know what I mean by pre-snap obviously, let's just say you have a 2-high. So a 2-high is a cover 2 look, or it could be a cover 4 look, and it could per se mean I'm gonna read the strong safety because the strong safety is pretty much probably gonna tell me if it's cover 3 or if it's cover 2. You have motion coming across the field because you want to see if anybody's following him. Then it's pretty much giving up to the fact that it's probably man. Not majority of the time, but most of the time it's probably man. So then you have man beaters and then you got zone beaters, right? And then receivers, they run option routes. So basically, if it's man, they'll run a slant. If it's a zone, they'll run a curl and they'll find space. That's what receivers say. They'll find space. And then on defense too, it's the same thing. So like if you have a 2-high look, which is 2 safeties, a strong safety and a free safety, this free safety and the 2 corners, they are pass first, but the strong safeties actually run first principles first, to be honest. So then it's something that you call like a palms coverage, right? A palms coverage is, listen, they'll read number 2. 2 is if it's in a 2x2, which is a receiver and a slot. They're gonna look at 2. 2 is the slot receiver. If 2 runs anything shallow or runs an out per se to the flat, then they got to check into cover 2, meaning that the corners are gonna come up and play robber, and because in a cover 2, both corners are playing curl flat, balls curl flat. But if 2 pushes vertical, both slots, then it's cover 4. Because if both 2s push vertical or 1 2 push vertical, you can't give up the threat of it being uneven number on the back end of the field. So that's just to dive in to get into the players' minds of what they would what they're actually looking at and what they're seeing. Everything you see on TV isn't really what it seems, because there's a lot of misassignments and miscoverages and things that people really might not even know. So that's a good outlook to look at when you're watching NFL teams play, because it's more than one coverage on the field given the play call. So I thought I would dive into that and let them know what they're seeing, if whoever does not know or would want to know the nuances of actually what I would say DB is looking at, and then what a receiver is looking at compared to, because it's honestly the king of counter. You got to have plays that beat everything. So that's pretty much what the 49ers are great at, and that's pretty much what Kyle Shanahan, which is a genius, at doing. And, if your pre-snap read has got to be right, because if your pre-snap read isn't right for any quarterback, then you're going to struggle. That's the first thing is you got to know what you're looking at. So, and the strong safety per se doesn't always tell you what coverage it is, but it's a great indicator, because it's really not a lot of coverages. It's all fabricated. It's all disguised. So a cover 2 and a cover 3 can be fabricated, it can be disguised. You can have the safety playing in the box and then rolling back in the coverage at the snap or at the cadence. So that's what Bill Belichick is famous for, disguising coverage. And at the NFL level, it ain't no different, but everyone just moves faster, and people are smarter. So
You just dropped some great knowledge right there, man.
I try.
Hey, some great knowledge. Hey, I'm sitting back. I'm learning myself. You learn something new every day, man.
Yeah.
Some good stuff, man. But I agree with you. It's gonna come down to that physical battle, and that's the biggest thing I see when you go back to the Cowboys and the Eagles. Man, they got pumped bad. So that physicality is gonna be something big, and I think Baltimore, yeah, it ain't no joke, man. It's gonna be that physical battle there, and they gonna match up with that.
Yeah.
They gonna match up with that. Really
And for the last I would say honestly, for the last 6-7 years, I would say Baltimore had the best DBs, and I'm not saying just solely by one person, but I'm saying by committee. By committee, they have literally the best man coverage DBs I've seen because back in the Jimmy Smith days,
Yes.
literally, he was playing dime.
Yes.
He was a nickel corner. So a nickel corner is a third defensive back on the field, but he's playing the slot. And the best nickel corner in the league is Mike Hilton, and it's not even to be debated. He's a great open field tackler. He's good at coveraging, and he's good at recognizing because when you're a nickel corner, you're honestly one of your biggest reads is the screen. So you have to be able to understand point of attack and to dive in and to actually blow up the play or to force it inside or out, whatever your rules or your principles are for that particular defense.
I don't really know a lot of nickel corners. I don't really pay attention to that as much, but I like Mike Hilton.
Mike Hilton is great.
He's very good.
Yeah,
he's very good.
Mike Hilton is great.
Yeah.
He's worth every penny.
Absolutely.
Might be more.
Yeah.
So and he's a real sought out dude. He would be if he was to be a free agent tomorrow, he'd be a real sought out guy to get because he brings it all together.
Surely does.
The Eagles' defense, man, they don't look the same, do they?
I don't always agree with the rich getting richer or the grass always being green on the other side.
I agree.
You going to get Kevin Byard, everything looks great on paper.
Surely does.
And you let somebody else come into your home arena roll up 42 and all you had was 19.
Granted, it was the best team.
I don't care about that. Wear your heart on your sleeve. You went to go get all of these people, and I don't see the same energy. The Jordan Davises and all that. Like, where is the... And he's a very good player, by the way. What I'm saying is that where's the heart? I don't see it.
You don't see no heart out
I
there?
don't see nothing. Like, you went to go get all of this, and you not showing me anything. The defense has gotten worse.
I agree. Well...
It seems like it gotten worse.
Well, yeah, that's because...
I don't judge you against teams.
Chauncey left.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
He was good.
In Detroit with the blue mask on.
He's good.
He's turning up, man.
He's good.
No.
And he's coming back from injury.
And I said that was going to hurt them.
Yeah.
That was going to hurt them.
I agree. But for the most part, though, it's really a 3-team race in the NFC. I personally don't believe in everybody else. I'm going to be real. I just don't. Either the defense isn't good enough or either the offense isn't good enough or the quarterback isn't per se good enough. So those 3 teams, I would say, are elite, and I would honestly think those 3 teams in Baltimore are the 4 best teams in football.
No question.
So it should be fun. And everybody was kind of dumbing the NFC down a little bit, but turns out they got the 3 best teams. So, another me and Trey were talking about this the other day, and we wanted to put this on the podcast, and we were talking about how the whole world shut down with COVID. COVID was one hell of a time. No disrespect to the people that lost their lives, and we are really heartfelt when it comes to that first and foremost. So we don't want to give out the wrong message.
It was definitely an emotional time, man, for sure.
Yes, but COVID was a hell of a time because if you needed to recalibrate, you had to that was your ability to recalibrate. I've never seen so many overnight millionaires in my life from COVID. There's people that change their lives and literally in a 10-second video off TikTok. Next thing you know, they got Netflix shows. I'm like, this person, where did this come from?
I was waiting when they was gonna go back to their 9-to-5 job.
I guess not no more.
Everybody was coming up on that money.
Shit, they was eating off unemployment.
What?
Man.
Was they?
What?
Man.
I seen people taking trips to Los Angeles and Vegas and New Orleans and freaking. I seen somebody take a trip to Detroit. I said,
having time of their life.
First thing I said was, "What the hell is in Detroit? What the hell is in Detroit and you need to see.
It ain't your money. Go ahead and spend theirs.
I guess it's
Nah,
a
you wanna
tourist.
spend it, man.
I guess it's a tourist state. So,
Nah, Kobe was crazy, man. You know, personally for me, you know, I would say that it kind of turned me into a man.
word.
You know, just having them at that time of just being in the house, you can't really go out and do much. So it's gonna really, you know, define who you really can be. You know, as for me, you know, obviously I can't speak for everybody else. I mean, I needed that. I needed that to change my mindset, and it kind of woke me up a little bit to make me
Agreed.
think that, you know, life is serious. You know, you gotta
Agreed.
be able to.
We were college students at the time.
That's what I'm saying.
I went to school and they just shut that thing down. Shut the
Yes.
parking lot down. Shut
Yes.
everything down.
And it's hard. I'm an in-person learner, so when it comes to that,
Yeah.
you know, it was hard time to kind of adapt to all that and how life was. It was a very tough time.
Agreed. And another tough time about it was, I mean, the elephant in the room. Let's talk about that Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich still good. Almost like I can still taste it.
Yo, it wasn't that damn good to be selling on StockX though.
You sell shoes on that. I know damn sandwiches. What is going on, yo?
Yo, ain't no reason why I see a StockX, I see a Popeye's chicken wrapper for $59.99 on StockX. We have major problems, yo. And you know, that thing was on. Listen, that thing was on bid, and it had like 8 bids on it. Yes.
People would go and buy them and then sell them though. It's a side hustle.
Man, like they was out front of a venue.
What are you doing, yo?
Popeye's chicken sandwich, 2 for $10. The fuck?
That is sad.
The hell, man.
Ain't no way them sandwiches was that good. Yo.
Nah, man. And then Popeyes and Chick-fil-A had Twitter beef.
What?
I never met a mean Chick-fil-A employee in my life until I got behind that damn phone. Next thing you know, they was cussing each other out on Twitter. I said, what is going on?
Those sandwiches was taking the world by storm.
Man,
yo.
they was waiting for you outside your car.
What?
They had guns, man.
Everything,
They didn't want no shoes. They didn't want nothing that you had on,
What?
no jewelry or nothing.
Yo.
Give me that Popeye chicken sandwich.
It's crazy, yo.
Give me that Popeye chicken sandwich.
Like, you know how you gotta go buy raffle tickets for the Jordans and people fight? Those are shoes. I still think it's childish. But
Yes.
it is what it is, you
Yes.
know. People love their shoes and stuff, but over a chicken sandwich,
Come
though.
on, yo.
Yo, people really fight
I ain't gonna lie.
over a chicken sandwich.
It was good. Let's be real. It was good.
I don't know what they did to that damn sandwich. But to be fighting over it's crazy, yo.
It was good,
No.
but it wasn't that damn good.
Not to be fighting over it.
Hell no, going to restaurants and making up songs about the Popeye chicken sandwich. Ridiculous,
And
man.
they causing a scene over a chicken sandwich, bro.
This was a real time in American history, bro. This will be stamped in American history.
Yes.
This will be stamped in American history,
Oh,
man.
man, that's crazy, man.
For the most part, though, I think we hit the points that we wanted to hit. The NFL, it's hitting playoff time, so it's good to dive into those and see where our heads at and see what we think about. And it's always good to talk about the Popeye chicken sandwich.
Oh, man.
Oh,
You
wait.
ain't lying. You ain't lying, man.
So, man,
What a time, man. What a time.
check in with us, man, on episode 4, man, TYT. I got my co-host with me, Trey.
Appreciate y'all, man. Keep rocking with us, man. Stay tuned.
See you next episode.